in serious countries, citizens and groups contest almost everything in court. Almost everything. They seek interpretation. In fact, it is part of being an active citizen. You know, you should those selfless actions. You know, to test. In fact, that is why a lot of people, lawyers and non-lawyers, respect Gani Fayemi. His ability to anything that happens. You know, he runs to the court to seek to get legal interpretation to those to whatever that has happened to court. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just talking about the character of and what it stands for. But again, our judiciary too should. I don't know the reason. Like I said, I've not followed the matter to know the reason why they took the position they took. But Uhuru is not alone in how he feels about Mr. President. A lot of Nigerians, especially with CIA's position that if by the way, in an open court in the US, their agents came and said they refused tendering documents that were applied for in court. You understand? Knowledge of what people are seeking about our president that is going to be injurious to their own country, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. So, like I said, we are not talking about an ordinary person. Mind you, those of us who work in the development world have accused our political leaders of always towing and accepting barely everything that organizations that are loyal to the Western world push down our who set up a committee to investigate it when we escalated this issue. As I speak, the body responsible to regulate issues around the GMO foods is yet to publish their report on their website. Meanwhile, as I speak to you, these foods are dangerous to our health. As I speak to you, the South African government has banned anything GMO. When you now relate that with the fact that a secret agent is openly saying that they can't divulge information about our president, and not like it was hidden, then it raised suspicion. And as far as I am concerned, the Supreme Court would have, I don't know if they hear the matter. As I said, I don't have full details of the procedure of the matter. I don't know if they hear the matter. But if they don't, it's my opinion. I have that right as a citizen. I think that they would have had the man, had his argument for and against, and before they take any position one way or the other. They are the Supreme Court. They are supreme not because on both spirits and humans.
Wasted their time because there was a little scene of embarrassment. They asked him to remove his gown and his hat his wig, and then because they said he wasted their time. Does it mean with evidences, or if for him to have the guts to bring the president of the Federal Republic to the court, to the Supreme Court, he should have actually had, proofs of what he was trying to sue the president for. Does that mean that the president actually had an immunity, or Uhuru wasn't just up for it, or he didn't have enough to deliver in order to sue the president?
Yes, what is criminal immunity that he has? You cannot sue him on criminal, but on civil grounds. Yeah, there is no law stopping Nigerians.
Okay, on criminal immunity, you cannot sue
yes,
the president.
Yeah, but on civil grounds.
So that was where Uhuru faulted.
No, but again, it's for us to determine whether the issues were civil or criminal.
He said that the president was he's acting on the cover for the CIA, and then there's been an alleged accusation upon the president for drug trafficking, and then he mentioned the case of being usurped by the former president Muhammadu Buhari. These were most of the things that he brought to the Supreme Court. These were his reasons for actually bringing Tinubu to the Supreme Court. He actually made mention of the fact that there has been hunger and starvation. Like you said, he is not the only one that has seen whatever is happening. He made mention of of things like that. So I don't know if there's a misconception in any sort in that situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that, because I don't have
Details of the procedures. Okay,
of the
proceedings. Okay,
I may not be armed enough to discuss.
say more.
I'm only saying that, be it as it may, Owuru is not alone in the views he shares.
Okay.
You understand? But again, our courts are not a market square. They are procedures.
Yes.
And sometimes, if you're not careful, technicality can kick you off the balance. I guess maybe it may have been based on technicality.
Okay.
Like technicality, like you may not have jurisdiction.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, the governor, the president may have criminal immunity.
Okay.
And all that. So some of these technicalities may be one reason. I'm not speaking for the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So because I don't know to what actually transpired, but I'm just telling you avenues by which the Supreme Court could hinge on and take certain decisions.
Okay.
But beyond, and I have said here that as far as Nigeria is concerned, the position of the Supreme Court is final.
Yes.
It is not final because they are correct. It is final because their decisions are binding on all. Once they make any pronouncement, the next place you go to is to the Court of Divinity. Go and meet God for appeal.
Okay.
But beyond what has transpired in court, is how Nigerians feel and how Owuru is not alone as far as this view is concerned.
Okay.
Especially on the question of we feel that on the issue of drug case, there is enough evidence, and that's my opinion. And that for there to be records of forfeiture, there are records. By the way, Sarah reporters had long published these stories. Not today. These are some 8-9 years ago, even before they start talking about this matter, and I've accused Mr. President of having links with drugs, and there are documents to show that he forfeited. There was compromise.
Okay.
Plea bargain, what we call plea bargain here, to say, okay, I forfeit this, and you allow this matter to die a natural death and all that. So, and like I said, we are not talking about just about any citizen. We are talking about the number one citizen in the country. You understand? Now we equally have a situation very recently where another country's secret police came up openly to say, no, we cannot, telling their courts in an open court that no, we cannot divulge it, sir. My Lord, we cannot divulge it, because if we do, it is going to compromise, the American states. So we are saying that, for the image of the number one citizen of this country, there is need for worry, there is need for even members.
Minister of Education Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, who announced this in Abuja during a meeting with the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory Commissioners of Education, said the review of the roadmap of his predecessor was not a policy somersault. The 6 key priority areas are promoting science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences education, reducing the number of out-of-school children, enhancing technical and vocational education and training, advancing girl-child education, harnessing data and digitalization, and strengthening quality assurance mechanisms. According to the minister, this was in alignment with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Alausa added that the meeting centered on developing a comprehensive reform agenda where state commissioners were expected to key into government initiatives to improve educational standards in the country. He also emphasized the government's commitment to investing in technical and vocational education to enhance the skills of Nigerian graduates. Do you think this renewed hope agenda has been, renewed hope initiative has been the type that has favored Nigerians quickly with few minutes? Comrade George Wheeler, I would love to get your thoughts about this situation in education.
I am very happy that the government agreed with us that they need to invest heavily in agriculture.
In education?
Yes, yes. Our problem is that they should stop this sloganeering and get to work. If you want to invest in education, you don't need all these unnecessary TV show, slogan. And I like the items that they highlighted. Technical education, tech, and of course, by tech, mean IT, data. These are good. They are, but again, the problem with Nigeria is that when you see a lot of promotions on TV like this, bring people, take pictures, it just ends there. I'm very sure the next morning, the minister have jumped to another thing. Has just forgotten about. Each time you see in Nigeria, they act a lot of drama about something. People come out. There's media razzmatazz. Just know that it is just for it's a photo shoot. So they should get to work. We want to do these things. Stop telling us. Governance is physical science. You don't need. It's social science that is physical. You don't need to come and start saying them. And now, why I agree that you must take a theoretical part of it. But those theoretical parts should end in the boardroom. When you come out like this, you should see. Let us see, instead of coming to do a launch, let us see the program during the implementation stage. That is when some of us will take you seriously. And you don't, like I said, you don't need the media show about it. If you put them into practice, we'll see them. You see them. That is, our state of education is in, it's in comatose. You don't need to start, you don't need to stress it. You need serious investment in education, tertiary education, basic education. We need heavy investment. Rather than increasing the fees, because of course Nigeria is a country where you need more enlightened people, you need more exposed and educated people. So beginning to now introducing high cost of fees is discouraging education. Instead of giving free trains, these are the kind of things we want to see. We want to talk about free education. And it's doable. The resources are there. I have given an example of what only Emefiele stole. Emefiele stole a village.
Allegedly.
And look at the funny thing is that he has even denied the property. And it has been confiscated by the federal government. So who owns it? Is it me? Chidima, is it you? But everything had been linked to him. So in a bit to save himself, he has even denied it. That it's not my own. No. As we speak to them, nobody has come to claim it. So the place in Lukoguma just developed itself. They started bringing products from abroad, begin to build estates, begin to build, 700 and something high-profile buildings. I think that, like I said, Nigerians are very obedient people. See, in other places by now, Nigerians would have moved into those estates and started living there. In the country, you cannot build low-cost houses. You say there is no money. If you tell them to build low-cost houses, you say, no money! No money! The economic train, tie your stomach. In that kind of a country, one man, just one man, go and look at the Dasuki Gate. Go and hear the billions of dollars. Okay, should we talk about what's her name again? The former minister for petroleum, the Zani. Go and check what only has too. And she has run away. But every time, no money. There is no money, but you have still look at just 3 of them alone is enough to build low-cost houses across the country, and you just crash the price of houses. And meanwhile, you have housing deficit. In that kind of society where there is high rate of housing deficit, 3 people alone I have mentioned. Then by the time you now start going to the state government, those ones are I don't even know. Those one they even they don't, those one they even use. It's like they just carry bag from their houses, enter government house and pack the thing and just start living. Then for the local government, oh, that one is settlement.
I would have loved to ask you a question, but we do not have time on our side, and I actually enjoyed the session with you coming. I would have actually wanted to ask you a question, but let's keep it at that. Thank you so much for coming to join us today at the studio. It's really a pleasure to have you here.
It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. But this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Blowout. Thank you so much for staying with us. We are open for advert placements, bookings and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials on Facebook and YouTube, at Acting Television Network, Instagram and TikTok at Acting TV Network, or on Twitter at Acting TV Net, which is live on our website, so www.acting.net.work.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Open conversation comes shortly. Don't go away. My name is Chidima Wadike. Have a beautiful day.
From the lands across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused